Hi, it's Martin Atkins here at the Airbnb above the Museum of Post-Punk and Industrial Music here in Chicago. This is the living room. It's just comfy as hell and huge and filled with all kinds of amazing artifacts, some of which should be down in the museum, but they're up here. A nice curated selection of vinyl. There might be a couple of test pressings down in here. 4K 85-inch television, content that comes up from a server downstairs. This is the, oh wow, this cool scenery down the stairwell there. This is the master bedroom. More memorabilia in here. Lydia Lunch, Mark Gemini Thwaite, and Randy Blythe recently slept here. It's pretty cool, pretty cool. Bathroom's pretty nice too. All down the walls, there's all kinds of memorabilia and more of these QR codes. So even if you're not visiting the museum downstairs, you can click on these QR codes and get a story, sometimes from me, sometimes this is from Don Moffat, who was at one of the very first Skinny Puppy shows in Toronto. We call this the Joy Division room, even though even though there's disco playing right now, this is called the Joy Division room because we have Joy Division and New Order bootleg cassettes from ages ago, a signed boot from Peter Hook, some 2-inch tapes, some bearings from Survival Research, Mark Pauline in San Francisco, fantastic early robotics performance art guy. There's another QR code up here referencing Cynthia Plastercaster. More of her collection is featured downstairs in the museum. Books, there's books all over the place. Books. No, these are not my X-rays, but I kind of like those. This is more of a Revolting Cox Wax Tracks feel in here. You can type thank you when you stay here. Just amazing stuff. Early original photographs from the Chicks and Speed release. Here's a picture of Justin Pearson from The Locust, who was in this room practicing bass just a few weeks ago. If you're wondering about these shit lights, I stole those from a Washington Mutual Bank. The WGMT from Washington Mutual Bank, I turned the W upside down and I sent that to my friend Mark Cates, who manages MGMT, and those are in his office. I kept the shit. Just tons of stuff down here in the hallway. I love this black hallway. Signed poster from Godflesh, artwork from Paul Bennett Hirsch. You can't see it today, but trust me, you can see the top of the Sears Tower over there. Oh, it's pointless pointing to the. You just make me look like a fool. You can, honestly, you can see. If you had a helicopter, you could see the Sears Tower. Smashed mic. This is the kitchen. Beautiful kitchen granite countertops. A smashed microwave from Gang of Four with the baseball bat that they smashed the microwave with. Oh, this is $7. This is a CD area. There'll be more CDs as we go. Lord knows I have a garage full of them. This is Seven Dials, a new project with Chris Conley, Paul Ferguson, and Mark Gemini Thwaite, with a little CD player here. Lovely table for everybody to hang. As I mentioned, great kitchen. We have a harm reduction station here, courtesy of Punk Rock Saves Lives. We have one downstairs as well with fentanyl testing strips, condoms, and Narcan, etc. Kind of important that we have that there. Happy to support them. More scenery. I think we have about 300 books at the moment. Fucked by Rock. This is Zodiac Mind Warp. Some of this, well, okay. Some of these books are dedicated to me and signed. But this kind of brings me to one of the things I like about the upstairs here. When you're downstairs getting a museum tour, for me, I just won't shut the fuck up. When you're up here, I'm not here. Obviously, it's your Airbnb. How creepy would that be? Hello. You're welcome to just sit and go through the books, go through the vinyl, go through the cassettes, hang. This is the room that actually Gravity Kills stayed in 20 plus years ago when they were here recording the Superstarved album with me in the basement. Another great chair with my drum cases from Jody Cox. And if you're a fan of Steve Albini and shellac, this is Bob Weston's shellac rehearsal bass rig. Oh, it's working. You could sit and jam. Disturb the neighbors because there aren't any. And lastly, I have a few different coffees with dark matter coffee. So there's always bags of museum coffee up here. I don't know where my get the fuck out of bed coffee is, but there'll be bags of that up here too. It's kind of a cool vibe. And everywhere there's signed stuff. Is a poster from the Extremities event we just did. Let me just tell you a bit about the neighborhood. We're in Bridgeport. You can flip through this online, but Bridgeport is really coming into its own. I think it has a 95 walking score out of 100. We've got Jackalope Coffee 3 blocks that way. Fantastic. And those guys are amazing. Bad Owl Coffee over here. Bridgeport Coffee Roasters on 31st. And then Dunkin' and Starbucks, yawn over there. But if that's your jam, it's over there. Then we have Tangible Books. Super cool, amazing bookstore. Just one block away. Across the street from Tangible, you've got 2 record stores. Let's Boogie, it's only open on a Saturday, and Bridgeport Records, which is open most days. They just had a deal where if you buy one album, the next albums were 50% off. That's not happening now, but I'm just saying it did happen. Also, Tangible they started having yoga on a Sunday morning. I don't know if it will happen when you're here. You check listings, as they say. But there you go. We're also just a couple of blocks from Ramova. Across the street from Ramova is everybody's favorite dive bar, Electric Funeral. Restaurants, and restaurants. Mexican, Shinya Ramen, vegan ramen at 2 a.m. Ramova has its own restaurant. Stutzy's Diner on the corner of 35th and Halsted. You also have resale shops on Halsted and Morgan. Polo Lounge over on Morgan. They have a fish fry every 3rd Friday. Hoofprint, which is a print shop, which do demonstrations on a Saturday. Just really cool neighborhood. You want to go a few more blocks, you've got Connie's Pizza, Riccobenni's, Phil's Pizza. That place was just packed the last time the Bears played. There was 100 people in line for pizza. Too much sausage, I would say. Insane sausage. If you like sausage, there you go. It's just down 35th Street. And then we have Mars Brewery, Maria's, which was awarded the #1 bar in Chicago. And you're just a few blocks, staggering distance from all of these places. So, come hang. We're a few miles from Salt Shed, United Center, a few more miles from the Metro, Empty Bottle and places like that. But my suggestion, come here and park or fly or get the train in, Uber down here and just have a kind of interesting recharge without a car. Ditch the cell phone, except to take Instagram pictures of our amazing Airbnb. Ditch the cell phone and chill, listen to some music, read some books, hang.